None is alive. Nishant Padhiar, editor of What Hi-Fi magazine, editor of Stuff India magazine with the best gadgets and tech of 2019. It's now the GoPro Hero 8.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
So, man, I mean, when GoPro first came out, it just revolutionized the space for everybody. For sports people, adventurers, trekkers, and regular Joes like me.
It was a whole new way of capturing life, and also slices of adventure, and which is why I think they have such a great reputation, and I think they're just getting better with age. And now we're talking about the GoPro Hero 8, and it has, I think, made improvements over the 7. They are incremental improvements, but they are very important increments. Especially the one thing that really stands out are the foldable fingers from the bottom, because if anybody has ever spent time with the GoPro earlier, the action cam, they would have realized that every GoPro earlier used to have casings around the camera itself, so that you could mount different sorts of gadgets on the casing. It could be a tripod, it could be a handle, it could be a chest mount. Now with the foldable fingers, which open from just the housing of the camera itself, you can just mount anything you want directly on the camera. So I think that that saves a lot of bulk. It just makes it a lot more convenient as well. It's slimmer. It's got a much better profile than the Hero 7, and they've improved on the two best things that they've ever invented was hyper smooth and boost. So you get super smooth motion from a handled camera, something as small as an action camera, but it actually makes the video look like you were using a gimbal.
And the image stabilization is improved from the last version?
It's improved. So now they have it's called Hyper Smooth 2, and it improves it even further. And they have something called horizon leveling, which is fantastic. So assume that the GoPro is mounted on your pet dog or cat or a pet tiger if you're in Dubai. But,
well said. Hangover.
So what happens if a camera is mounted on a dog's back? Obviously he's going to run and move and jump and everything, and the camera shifts a little, right? Horizon, this feature, horizon leveling, actually it levels horizon. So without you doing anything, it's just a software thing. So it just makes the video straight when you actually export it onto your PC or Mac. And I think that is fantastic, because I mean, a dog can do whatever it wants, just be its natural self, and the video that comes out of it will still be perfectly straight.
So, people often compare it to the DJI Osmo Action, I believe. So how does it stack up against that?
Well, the DJI Osmo is great as well, but I think the amount of mods and third-party attachments you get for the GoPro, because the GoPro family is much larger. They have a much larger market share as well, and which means that developers and third-party suppliers also have a much bigger ecosystem, and especially from GoPro itself. Now they have 3 great mods, which is great for vloggers. So they have a pop-up camera, which is great for framing yourself through the GoPro Hero 8 if you want. They also have an external flashlight, which is great, and that flashlight can be used independently as well. It doesn't have to be mounted on the GoPro to be used. You can even use it like a regular flashlight. And they also have a mic, like a bi-directional mic, so you can actually go vlogging with it. I mean, it's not supposed to be a vlogging camera, it's an action camera. But GoPro is very aware of the fact that since the GoPro community has grown so much, they have all sorts of users for all sorts of use case scenarios. So these mods are very interesting, which I don't think DJI has.
How much have they priced it at?
This is for 32,000, and they have a GoPro Max, which is basically used to be the Fusion, the 360-degree camera now. That's slightly more expensive, but that's everything the Hero 8 is, with an additional lens, so you can actually capture 360-degree video and pictures.
The great news is Nishant Padhiar is staying back and doing a couple of more gadgets, and also the biggest duds of 2019. You want to hang by for that. Messages and back.